So I'm a couple of days late to the party on this one, but we have got to talk about this maybe possibly another assassination attempt on Trump at Mar-a-Lago. So this is crazy. The short version of the story is a 21-year-old kid, and I'm blanking on his name at the time. It'll come to me in a second. I think his last name is Martin. It's like Austin Martin. He's from North Carolina. He's from my neck of the woods. He's from Cameron, which is like maybe an hour from where I live. He's a Trump supporter, okay? And I guess he got really, really butthurt over the Epstein files and decided on a whim to drive down to Mar-a-Lago. And he showed up with like a gas can and a shotgun. And the Secret Service, apparently the story goes that they ordered him to drop everything. He put down the gas can, he raised the gun, and that's when they shot him. And yeah, I mean, but like, I just got to talk about the fact that, like, is anybody seeing a pattern here of people that, that are attempting to assassinate the president? Is anybody seeing a pattern of like young, white Trump supporters who also happen to have, guns or whatever? And we know he's a Trump supporter because his family was interviewed after the fact, and they're like, yeah, we're all Trump supporters. We love Trump. I don't know what he was doing. It's like the same thing with Thomas Matthew Crooks. I think that was the Butler shooter, Butler, Pennsylvania. Really young, like 20-something years old, awkward kid, whatever. This guy, really young. He's like 21 years old. The only other one was the guy who they found at a golf course who was not shot to death, but he did get arrested. They caught him like hiding out in the bushes with guns, and he was like following Trump around a golf course or something. That guy, also from North Carolina, he was from like Greensboro, but he was a little bit older and politically, I think, very confused in terms of his ideology. He was like kind of a Trump supporter at one point, but also like kind of, I think they said like he voted for like Tulsi Gabbard as well. I don't know, which kind of makes sense because Tulsi is now working in the Trump administration. And I'm blanking on that guy's name too. Ryan Ruth? Does that sound right? Anyway, but yeah, I think it's so funny too, because like, as usual, this is not a trans person. This is not a radical Islamist. This is not a black person that's going after Trump. This is not an immigrant going after Trump. This is a young, white, Christian male who's showed up to Mar-a-Lago with a gun and a gas tank, or gas can, apparently. God only knows what the plan was. But the assumption is that he was there to try and kill Trump. Young, white, Christian. And as everybody knows, if you saw the story or whatever, it's like, as soon as it happened, what does the right do? They immediately scream that this guy was some, radical leftist or whatever. And they always do this. They always do this. They did the same thing with Charlie Kirk. And then come to find out that Tyler Robinson, who I'm still iffy on if that's the official story of who actually shot Charlie Kirk. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but the official story from the FBI makes zero sense whatsoever. But if it was Tyler Robinson, young, white, came from a family full of gun nuts and Trump supporters. Anybody seeing the pattern here? None of them are leftists. None of them are radical Islamists. All of these people are freaking young, white, Christian Trump supporters. Why is that? I really don't know. Although I do think it's funny because one of the things that they found out from a text message that they obtained after the fact was that he was texting a coworker, the shooter who showed up at Mar-a-Lago, Austin Martin. And he worked at a golf course as well. And he was texting a coworker about the Epstein files and how like the people in the Epstein files are truly evil. And I think that it's funny that so many Trump supporters are turning on him because of his handling of the Epstein files and because they're finding out, oh my God, he's like the central character, not just, like somebody who was mentioned once or twice. He's mentioned over 1 million times. Trump is the central character besides Jeffrey Epstein himself and maybe Ghislaine Maxwell. He is the principal perpetrator in these files besides Epstein. And everybody that, was all gung-ho about, like, release the Epstein files, when there was tons and tons and tons of evidence before they ever released the Epstein files that Trump had deep, deep ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Trump was already a adjudicated rapist. He was found guilty in, he lost the case to E. Jean Carroll. There's an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to the women who have accused Trump of sexual assault. He used to run beauty pageants, teen beauty pageants. And everybody, there's nothing weird about that. Nobody seemed to connect the dots that he's probably very likely a kitty diddler. He goes, yeah, I own the pageant. He goes on Howard Stern show and he goes, yeah, because I own the pageant, that means that I get to go into the dressing rooms. Nobody says anything because I own it. I'm inspecting them, obviously. Hey, is everybody doing okay? You guys doing all right? He's literally admitting on Howard Stern's show, yeah, I walked in on teenage girls getting dressed. It's absolutely repulsive. Of course he's all over the Epstein files. There's reporting that Mar-a-Lago was subpoenaed in the Ghislaine Maxwell case because they thought that was a hub from where a lot of them were trafficked. Virginia Giuffre used to work at Mar-a-Lago. That's how she came in touch with Jeffrey Epstein. You could honestly argue that Donald Trump trafficked her to Epstein. Yeah, that right-wingers don't put that together is crazy. But I do think it's funny, like I said, once again, another apparent assassination attempt. It's not a radical leftist. It's not some Islamic, extremist. It's not an immigrant. It's not a trans person. It is a white Christian male Trump supporter. How do you like them apples? Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit the like button on the video, click subscribe, leave me a comment for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know what you think about this weird pattern of white Christian Trump supporters all trying to kill Trump. And share this content with somebody else if you feel like it. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great one. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.